one to Orlando, Florida, the bounce house, home of the UCF Knights. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the Arizona State Sun Devils, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Will kick it away to start us off. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So Arizona State's offense will have the opening possession of the game. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, Dave.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick, the ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day, and I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
And now on second down for this offense. The play action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Man, how about that? A lot of coaches talk about being aggressive and we're going to take shots, but then they get conservative in the game. But first drive, coming out, showing this defense we are not afraid to throw the ball deep. Might keep that defense a little bit more conservative.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they...
Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
He nails it. A 58-yard field goal.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
They'll kick it away after putting up a field goal on that last drive. Let's see what he can do with the return. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Dropping back, it's Lyle. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Wide open spaces. He's at the... and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Knights!
Quarterback quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. They'll give it to the back. Got room to work. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Shoved out of bounds right at the 35-yard line in the running game, getting the job done. To the air on first down. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
Looking to fire. Hauls it in. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
But for this defense, finally, you're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games, and they're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day. They're just simply winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. The Knights moving quickly to the line.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He's got his man. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Going to try to get it himself. Breaks into the open. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Scanning the field, it's Lyle. Flips it out on the screen. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, UCF! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss it, find the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Pitt is ahead early in the Steel City, but that's not exactly Tony Dorsett out there running the ball. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by a field goal over Georgia Tech. It wouldn't be the ACC if there weren't this kind of storyline, guys, and we promise to keep you posted.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Hold.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Here's a snap, ready to cut one loose. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built the lead.
Off play action. Got his man in the middle. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They go to the wide receiver screen. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. And the Sun Devils send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Nestles it in at the 35. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Looking to throw, it's Lyle. Wide open downfield. Oh, he's got some space. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. The Knights in the hurry up. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Using his feet to buy time. Snagged out of the air. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Offense getting set for first down. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Fires to the tight end. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
When these offenses get in a rhythm, they're hard to stop. Already up early, got a short field, take advantage of it too, get another touchdown. This offense is doing whatever they want to do and having a lot of success.
Bringing it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. Power football with the run. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Trying play action. He'll pull it down and run.
Sometimes these guys just have eyes in the back of their head. You saw it right there. He was able to buy himself time, get outside the pocket, and at that point, I think the decision was pretty easy. Hey, I can go get this with my feet. And he was able to do that. Now they got a fresh set of downs.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Here's the handoff. And they make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter and space to live.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point, they know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Now the play fake. Finds the tight end. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. The Sun Devils decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision. And you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn on the gas. Great job, great return.
Returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case there. They try to run the football on the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Here comes the heat. And the sack all the way back at the 5.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time they've registered a sack.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Sun Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. The run from the shotgun. There he goes. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a 1st down at the 31. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. And they'll line up from the 31 on 1st down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. It's a six. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown Knights! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up to tack one more onto that
this receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. Saw it on that ball.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
Chain gang on the move. It'll be a first down at the 29.
First down for the offense.
Looking to throw on first down. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense trying to take it back. Touchdown, UCF! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
You always hear coaches harping on their quarterbacks to keep 2 hands on the ball. That time, he got hit. The ball came free, bounced right into the defender's hands, and he makes them pay, taking it back all the way for a score.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
The Sun Devils want to pick up the tempo. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The kick is on its way. Secures it at the 30. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They'll start this drive 60 yards in front of them from their own 40. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Back to throw, it's Lyle. Bringing the heat. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Quarterback making checks. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. He's going to take off. Good little pickup there as he saw some daylight and got what he could. The Knights line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Quickly out to the tight end. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. They get to him as he throws.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense chucked it up, but, you know, an incompletion.
A shot toward the end zone. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, one half in the books, and I am eagerly looking forward to that second half in Orlando.
And the Sun Devils will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Starting this third quarter on the ground. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. They really got things moving on this drive. Second play of the drive comes from the 37.
This is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
And run the football, you're ahead, you can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Looking downfield, it's Lyle. Got him downfield. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. The Knights headed quickly to the line.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wants to go up top. Under fire. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Knights! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Running behind that left side.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Finds his big tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
The Sun Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times. Almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Quickly complete. Jesse, that's like a throwback to yesteryear, tossing into a pass-catching fullback.
It's nice to know as a quarterback, when things aren't open downfield, you can find the big fella for a check down.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. And the Sun Devils will line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt him. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Right back to him on the ground. Crosses to 35. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
They'll run play action. And his first throw here is incomplete.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB, scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Quickly to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Knights will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. First play of this drive comes from the 27. From the gun, the ground game. Very little running room, if any, and he just hasn't had anywhere to go in this one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. Turning it on. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The Sun Devils in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Out of the backfield, he's open. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
We've reached the end of the period, and it's UCF holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Wants to go up top on first down. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down? And the Sun Devils had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Off the play fake on first down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
Set to kick off.
And he's going to try to return this one. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Just a short pass to the tight end. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. Passing game kept his drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on 1st down. It's complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Pass is complete near the sideline, but they'll lose yardage.
That's one I think if the running back could have over, he would just let that ball sail out of bounds incomplete. Because he made the catch, but lost yards because of it. It wasn't an accurate throw. He'll know next time to just let that ball go.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Arizona State! What a play. Not only the interception, but the great return for the score.
And this defense has had a rough day, but how about this play? Breaking on the football, making the pick, taking it to the house, maybe build some momentum for some future games.
49, Arizona State, 17.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. Did a nice job of it.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. The give to the tailback. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the 1st down. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Looking down the middle. A strike downfield. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a 1st down for this offense. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
The give to the back. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Zings it complete to the right. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Good right down the boulevard. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
This drive will open from the 15. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, like, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep balls and continue to open up this offense and keep fighting. I think that's what you want to see. You want to see your squad not quit. Keep fighting until the very end of the football game.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Hauls it in, looking for space. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? This is quickly turning into a celebration, Jesse, as they've taken control of this game.
And they should feel good about how they've played. They knew they had to come in here, protect home turf. They've gone out, they've run it well, they've thrown it well, David. Really, so much this coaching staff can be happy about.
Yeah, and now it's about stat padding, right? Like you could just put up more numbers. You know this game's pretty good. Don't turn it over, don't make a mistake. But this game is well in hand.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
He'll try to do it himself. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. The Knights have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Offense threatening, 1st and 10 from the 31. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. The Knights kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. They'll try to get it in with the run. And the final play is just a short gain, and we're at the end of the game. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game